wash down some of the dirt. Some babies that weren't even born before have begun talking regular sentences now. And some people who thought they were right young and spry have noticed they can't quite bound up a flight of stairs like they used to without their hearts fluttering a little. Yes, all that can happen in 1,000 days. Nature's been pushing and contriving in other ways too. A number of our young people have fallen in love and gotten married. Yes, the mountains got split away a few fractions of an inch. Millions of gallons of water have gone by the mill. Here and there, a new home is set under a roof. Most everybody in the world gets married. You know what I mean? In our town, there aren't hardly any exceptions. Most everybody climbs into their graves married. The first act is called the daily life. This act is called love and marriage. There's another act coming after this. I bet you can guess what that's about. Well, as I said, it's early morning. Only this time, it's been raining. Yes, it's been pouring and thundering out. Mrs. Gibbsgard and Miss Webb are drenched. All those bean poles and pea vines are drenched. All yesterday along Main Street, it looked like curtains being blown low. Could start again any minute now. There's Mrs. Gibbs and Miss Webb coming downstairs to make breakfast, just as though it were an ordinary day. I don't have to tell the women in my audience that both those ladies have cooked 3 meals a day. One of them for 20 years, and the other for 40. And no summer vacation. Both of those ladies have brought up 2 children apiece. Wash, clean the house, and never a nervous breakdown. It's like what one of those Middle West poets once said. You gotta love life to have life. And you gotta have life to love life. It's what they call vicious circle.
Giddy up, Betsy.
There's Howard Houston again, delivering the milk.
Good morning, Scott. Anything in the paper, Doc? No, nothing much. Except for this about the best baseball pitch coach ever had. Your is. Reckon he is. He can hit on bases too. Yes, yes. I know. Oh, Betsy. Well, I guess I can stop the talk if I want to. I don't see how you give a thing like that just to marry. You, Howie? Can't tell you, Sal. Never had no talent that way. You're a girl, Bill.
Howard, that's because I've been seeing anything I can do to prevent a bully. That darn girl will be watching all night.
Sal Crawley is all worked up about George Gibbs retiring from baseball.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes. Oh, that meeting before, we had to play us out. Even George gives good introduction. His name was Hank Rock. Then he went down to Maine. He became a possum.
will.
Well, thank you, Howie. You tell your wife I hope she gets to the wedding.
She'll get there. She'll be there if she can.
Good morning, Mr. Newsom. I know I told you 4 quarts of milk, but I hope you can spare me another.
Yes, I'm and to cream.
Going to start raining again, Mr. Newsom?
Like I was telling Mrs. Gibbs, I'm thinking it'll just clear up. Mrs. Newsom told me to tell you that we both hope they'll be very happy together, Mrs. Webb. No, they will.
Well, thank you, Mr. Newsom. And you thank Mrs. Newsom for kind enough to take you both at the wedding.
Oh, we'll be there, Mrs. Webb. We couldn't miss that for everything.
Mom, the day has come. Go to loosen one of your shakes.
Pretty good. Say another word. I haven't tried anything in it. That time to make your coffee.
You know, Julia, George is up shaving himself. There ain't an awful lot to shave. He keeps whistling and singing like he's glad to leave. Every now and then I hear him say, "How do you do?" to the mirror. It doesn't sound like he means it.
Right? I don't know how he's going to get along. Why? Washed and ironed hot boys clothes for years. Seems to have just put warm things on. But he's too young. She's not going to think of such things. He'll catch his death of cold within a week. And then,
Well, I wait. I was the scaredest fella in all of New Hampshire. Thought I'd make a mistake for sure. When I saw you coming down the aisle in that beautiful white dress, I thought you were the prettiest girl I'd ever seen. The only trouble was, I'd never seen you before. There I was in the Congregational Church, marrying a total stranger.
well, how do you think I felt? Weddings are perfectly awful things. Farces, that's what they are. Here, make something.
Julia Mercy, this is French toast.
Well, I know. It ain't hard to make, and I had to do something.
How'd you sleep last night, Julia?
There were a lot of hours turned off.
Yes. You know, I get a shock every time I think of George setting out to be a family man. That great gangling thing. I tell you, Julia, there is nothing so terrifying in the world as a son. The relation between father and son is the darndest, awkwardest.
Frank, mother and daughter is no picnic either.
They'll have their troubles, I suppose. It's none of our business. Everyone's right to their own troubles.
I know. Well, I meant to go through life, do I do? It ain't natural to be lonesome.
Julia, you know one of the things that I was scared of when I married you?
Well, Webb isn't used to call us at 7 in the morning. Boys, let me give you a cup of coffee first.
You're back. Morning, Miss Webb.
Oh, goodness, George. It frightens me. Now, I can ask you in a minute to get out of the wood, but no, I can't ask you to stay.
Oh, why not?
George, you know as well as I do, the groom can't see his bride on the day of the wedding, not till he sees her in church.
That's just a superstition. Good morning, Miss Webb. Good morning, George. Mr. Webb. What sense could there be in a superstition like that?
Well, you see, George, there's a lot of common sense in some
Millions of holiday, George. You don't want to get this live or fix the custom.
How's Emily?
Oh, she hasn't waked up yet. I haven't heard a sound out of her.
Emily's asleep.
Oh, no wonder. Rush out of all hours, sewing and packing. Now, I'll tell you what I'll do. You sit down there and then with Mr. Webb and drink his cup of coffee. I'll go upstairs and see that Emily doesn't come down to surprise you. There's some bacon too, but don't be staying long.
George, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine, fine. I'm fine. Mr. Webb, what sense could there be in a superstition like that?
Well, you see, George, the girl's actually mighty nervous on her way. You see, there's a lot of thoughts going on in her head, like clothes, one thing or another. Don't you suppose that's probably it?
Yes. Never thought of it like that before.
The girl is going to be mighty nervous on her way.
Mr. Webb, I wish a man could get married by walking up and down.
Well, you see, George, sense the cake. Every man that's ever lived has felt that way about it, but let me tell you something, my boy. It ain't did much use, you see. It's the women folk that build weddings up, my boy. A man was pretty small out of women. Now here you see all these good women saying shoulder to shoulder, making sure they're not signing a mighty public way.
So you believe in it, don't you, Mr. Webb?
George, don't misunderstand me. Marriage really is a wonderful thing. Don't you forget that.
How old were you when you got married?
Well, you see, George, I'd been to college and I'd taken a little bit of time to get settled, but Mrs. Webb probably wasn't much older than what Emily is now. But age hasn't much to do with it, George. Not compared with other things.
What were you going to say, Mr. Webb?
I don't know. Was I going to say something? George, the other night I was thinking of some advice that my pop gave me before I got married. He said, Charles, you need to start off early showing the new boss. He said, give her an order even if it does not make sense, just so she'll learn to obey. He said, if anything about your wife irritates you or conversation or anything, you just need to get up and leave the house, he said. That'll make it clear to her, he said. Oh yeah, he said, never, ever let your wife know how much money you have. Ever.
Don't think I could, Mr. Webb.
George, I took the opposite of my father's advice. Let me tell you something. I've really been happy ever since. Let that be a lesson to you, George. Don't ever ask advice on personal matters, ever. George, are you going to raise chickens on your farm? What? Are you going to raise chickens on your farm?
see, you want to know how all this began? This wedding. This plan to spend a lifetime together. I'm awfully interested in how such big things begin. But you know how it is. You're 21, 22, you make some decisions. And then, whoosh, you're 70. You've been an attorney for 50 years. And that white-haired woman sitting next to you has eaten over 50,000 meals. How do such things begin? Now, in a moment, George and Emily are going to show you the conversation they had when they first knew that, well, as the saying goes, that they were meant for each other. But before they do that, I want you all to remember what it was like to have been very young. Particularly the days when you were first in love. When you were like a person sleepwalking. And you didn't quite see the street you were on. You didn't quite hear everything that was said to you. You're just a little bit crazy. Will you remember that, please? Now, George and Emily are going to come home from school at 3 o'clock. George has just been elected president of the junior class. And being as it's June, that means he'll be president of the senior class next year. And Emily has been elected secretary and treasurer. And I want to tell you how important that is.
I can't leave. I've got to go home. Goodbye. Oh, Ernestine, you can come over tonight.
Right there.
Thank you. This car.
Excuse me a minute, Emily. Say, Bob, if I'm a little late to practice, give her some Long Island for me.
Bye, Lizzie.
Bye, Lizzie. Emily, why are you mad at me?
I'm not mad at you.
What have you been acting so funny for me lately?
Well, since you asked me, I might as well say it right out, George. Goodbye, Miss Corcoran.
Bye, Miss Corcoran. What is it?
I don't like the whole change that's come over me. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but I've got to tell the truth and shame it out.
Change? What do you mean?
Well, up to a year ago, I used to like you a lot. I used to watch you do everything. But you've been friends for so long. And you began spending all your time at baseball. You never sought to speak to anybody anymore. And George, it's a fact. You got awful conceited and stuck up, and all the girls say so. You may not say so to your face, but that's what they say about you behind your back. And it hurts me to hear them say it. I've got to agree with you. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but I can't be sorry I said it.
No. Well, I'm glad you said it, Emily. I guess all can't be into a guy's character without knowing.
I always expect a man to be perfect, and I think he should be.
Well, I don't think it's possible to be perfect, Emily.
Well, my father is. As far as I can see, your father is. There's no reason on earth why you shouldn't be too.
Well, you see, I think it's the other way around. That men aren't naturally good, but girls are.
Well, I can tell you right now that I'm not perfect. So I made for a girl to be perfect as a man. Just the girls who want more nervous. Oh, now I'm sorry I said all that about you. I don't know what made you say it.
Emily,
I can see that it's not such a
cream soda before we go home?
Why, thank you.
I would.
Why, hello, George. Hello, Emily. Why, Emily Wells, what have you been crying about?
Get off the stairs this morning. She almost got run over by that hardware store wagon. Everyone says that Tom Huckins drives you crazy, man.
Why, Emily Wells, you take a glass of water. You look all shook up. I tell you, you're gonna look both ways before crossing Main Street these days. Gets worse every year. Now, what do you have?
Oh, strawberry awesome. Thank you.
No, Emily. Have an ice cream soda with me. 2 strawberry ice cream sodas this morning.
2 strawberry ice cream sodas. Coming right up. You know, there are 150 horses in Grover's Corners this minute I'm talking to you. The state inspector was in the other day. They're bringing in these new automobiles. Don't know what those are. But I remember a day when a dog can sit all day in the middle of Main Street and never be disturbed. Ah, yes. Now, there they are, enjoying. Be with you in a moment, Miss Ellis.
It's so expensive.
No, Emily. Don't you think that. We're celebrating our election. You know what I'm celebrating?
No.
Celebrating because I've got a friend. Like you, who does the things that I'll be told to.
Oh, George, please don't take it back. Don't
I
lie.
don't know, Emily. You stick to it. But you see, I'm going to change. You bet I'm going to change. And Emily, can I ask you a favor?
What?
If I go away to the agricultural college next year, could you write me a letter once in a while?
Certainly could. Certainly could. Well, it certainly seems like being away for a year. There are tons of things. Maybe letters from Grover's Corners would be so interesting after a while. Grover's Corners isn't a very important place to be involved in Hampshire. I think it's very nice town.
A day wouldn't go by, and I wouldn't want to know what's going on around here. I know that's true.
Well, I'll try to make my letters interesting.
You know, whenever I was a farmer, I actually was important to go to college, to be a good farmer.
Why, George?
And most would say, it's a waste of time. That you get all that information the government sends out in pamphlets. And all the police getting old. He said I could take over tomorrow if I wanted to.
My.
And like you say, being gone all that time. And meeting new people. Gosh, if anything like that could happen, I don't want to go away. I feel here to get as friends I've got. Not only to go away and meet new people tell me that.
But, George, I think it's very important for you to go and learn all that about advertising, sort of. Of course, I don't know.
I'm going to make up my mind right now. I won't go. I'll tell my father that tonight.
George, I don't see why you have to decide right now. Don't hold me away.
You know what, Emily? I'm glad you brought up that fault in my character. Why, sure, everything you said is true. But there was one thing in it that wasn't. That's the whole time that I wasn't noticing anyone. But you, for instance. I always noticed you when you did everything. Why, sure, I always thought of you as one of those chief people I thought about. Why I always had to know where you were sitting and who you were sitting with. And for 3 days now, I've been trying to walk home with you. Like yesterday. I was waiting outside school, and you walked home as hot.
Oh, George. It's all funny. How did I know that?
Emily,
Yes, George?
Emily, why did you change? You made a big improvement. Would you be my... would you be my girl?
I am now. I always have been.
Well, I guess it's an important talk we've been having.
Yes.
Well, you wait here just a minute, I'll walk you home. Oh, there's some more here. I forgot the money in my house.
George Gibbs, do you mean to tell me?
Yes, yes, but I have my reasons. Look, here's my gold watch, hold until I get back.
That's all right, George. You keep your watch. I'll trust you.
I'll be back in 5 minutes, I promise.
Oh, I'll trust you 10 years, George. Not a day old, though. You trying to look me a scare, Emily?
Yes. Thank you, George. It was nothing.
I'm ready.
Well, now we're ready to get on with the wedding. There are a lot of things to be said about a wedding. There are a lot of thoughts that go on during this. We can't get through them all in one wedding, naturally. But especially not a wedding here in Grover's Homes, where they're awfully plain and short. Now, in this wedding, I play the minister. That gives me the right to say a few more things about it. Now, for a while, the play gets pretty serious. You see, some churches say that marriage is a sacrament. Now, I don't quite know what that means, but I can guess. It's like what Mrs. Gibbs said a few minutes ago. People were made to live 2 by 2. Now, this is a good wedding, but even at a good wedding, there's a lot of confusion way down deep in people's minds. And we thought that ought to be in our play, too. Now, the real hero of this scene isn't on stage at all. And you all know who that is. It's like what one of those European fellows once said. Every child born is nature's attempt to make a perfect human being. And we've seen nature pushing and contriving for some time now. And we all know that nature is interested in quantity. But I think nature's interested in quality too. That's why I became a minister. Now, let's not forget all the other witnesses at this wedding. The answer. Millions. They all set out to live 2 by 2 also. Millions. Well, that's my sermon. It wasn't very long.
be lots of places you can go. I'll work for you. I can keep house.
Emily, you are just married. You are married to the best young fellow. George! George, you can marry me. Emily, George is a fine fellow. He's a fine fellow. George, I'm giving away my daughter. Do you think you can take care of her?
I want to try this, Fred. I want to try.
Well, if you love me, help me. I want someone to love me.
I will try. I will try. I will try.
Here, forever, never.
Come on. We're waiting for it. And you know what's up there, right?
You may be seated. I've married over 200 couples in my day. Do I believe in it? I don't know. Frank Gibbs married Julia Hersey. Millions